This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million.
He is hell-bent on global domination. We just broke our 100,000 units sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
Okay, Top Tribe, this week's winner is Charlie Daggs, okay? He was a middle manager at a manufacturing company. He wants to break free, and he won the $100 I give out every Monday. For your chance to win, simply subscribe to the podcast on iTunes right now, and then text the word Nathan to 33444 to prove that you did it. Top Tribe, you know I don't have a lot of time to waste. That's why I use FreshBooks to send out invoices and make sure I'm collecting my money. To get your free month, go to nathanlatka.com/FreshBooks and enter The Top in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Nathan Latka here. This is episode 602, and coming up tomorrow morning, we hear from the CEO of Alaska, who's 29 years old with one kid. His name's Enrico Casati. They've sold 20,000 Italian shoes to over 15,000 men, and they're growing so fast. They did $1.6 million in 2016 revenue, and they've raised over $750,000 to date. Good morning, everybody. Nathan Latka here. Our guest this morning is Gary Fowler. He's the co-founder and CEO of Findo. Findo is a smart search across multiple platforms for email, files, and folders. Gary has over 23 years of a startup experience. He's an award-winning CEO, a senior executive, and speaker with over 7 technology startups and a successful IPO with the company CKSW. Gary is known as the go-to startup CEO that gets stuff done. Gary, are you ready to take us to the top?
I'm ready.
Good. Okay. Thanks for joining us. So tell us what Findo does and what's your revenue model? How do you generate money?
So Findo, the challenge that we all have today is that we have a tremendous amount of information that's within our own personal cloud, Nathan. And that amount of information, if you look at it, the average person has about 300,000 items. Well, the internet, the number of websites in 1996 was only 257,000, and that number is doubling every year. So think about all the email addresses and all the information in your email addresses, your Dropbox, your Box, your Google Drive, your OneDrive, your Drive on your laptop. All this information in these disparate places. What we allow it to do is to be able to search from one place using natural language. We're an AI tool. So it's learning all the time. So those hundreds of emails that you get every day, to be able to search through them and provide insights.
So Mike, and then real quick before I ask this question, how do you generate revenue?
So we have a subscription model. So the subscription model is a monthly basis. We've got an advanced at $4.99 per month, and we've got the ultimate at $9.99 per month. So what that means is that you can search as far back with as many accounts that you want with the ultimate, and the advanced is a 6 months worth of history.
Okay, so this is a SaaS platform.
Yes.
Okay, and so we don't have to get into every specific plan. Just give me an average. What's the average customer paying you per month?
The average customer pays us per month is $9.99. Most of them are going for the advanced model.
Okay, got it. Okay, great. And then let's go back here and get some history. When did you launch the business?
So the business was spun out of my partner is one of the top AI serial entrepreneurs.
Who?
David Yang.
Okay.
And he's done 9 startups. We spun out of his company, ABBYY, and created a U.S. corporation. I became the co-founder and CEO of the U.S. corporation with him, and I've known him for 4 years. We're friends.
And how did that spin out happen? Like, had the parent company raised capital? Did it need board approval? Why did you make the decision to spin it out?
Well, we spun it out because the ABBYY's core business is working primarily with scanner manufacturers, and we understood that this is way beyond that, because it's such a pain point that each one of us has. We know the file exists, but we can't find it. Why? We don't know where it's located, or we've forgotten a keyword. And so it's really not, it wasn't ABBYY's core business. So we spun it out. We bought the IP, and now it's ours.
What you bought the IP from ABBYY?
Yes.
You and your co-founder, who's also the CEO of ABBYY?
My co-founder is the founder of ABBYY.
The founder. How did you manage conflict of interest there? Like, how did you come up with the right price to buy the IP when he was also the CEO of ABBYY?
How did we come up with the right price? Because we had it independently evaluated.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, and for people listening right now that are thinking about spinning out their own company and they want to figure out how to do this independent evaluation, how do you go find someone to do that? What's the search term? What's it called?
So what's going out to find independent evaluators? What's it called?
Yeah. How'd you find the person to do that?
So you look at people that can actually go out and evaluate companies. So there are companies out there that allow you to do that, and that's their job. Their job is to be able to look at a company and figure out, what is the value of that and how much it's worth.
And what did you end up buying this kind of out of the main company for? Was it, millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands or less?
It was hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And folks would wonder when they hear that, well, where did Gary and his partner, where did you guys get this capital? Was it just your own personal savings or what?
No, so we had an investment by the parent company, and so we took as some of the proceeds of that. We used that as that was part of our seed one round.
Oh, I see. Okay, and how much total capital have you raised to date?
$7 million.
Okay, got it. That's helpful. And so they led your seed round. So I guess I assume you're up to Series A.
Well, right now we're a Series Seed 2. We had 2 rounds. Our Seed 2 round was with a group called Flint Capital. And we also, as part of our Seed 2, we had the competitor of Adobe. Foxit actually was one of the major contributors to the part of our Seed 2. So every PDF reader that Foxit, which is the competitor of Adobe, has, will be including a Findo within it. So that could be up to $6.5 million a month.
And Gary, $6.5 million a month of what?
Million copies of their PDF reader.
Oh, I see. You said you're Seed 2. Why do people say Seed 1, Seed 2, instead of just going and saying this is Series A, Series B, Series C?
Because from our standpoint, we really looked at it as a seed round. So,
yeah, but help me understand what that means. So, someone listening right now, they're going, "Hey, should I raise a Seed A, Seed B, Seed C, or should I go raise a Series A?" How did you tell me why you said it's a Seed 2? Because
we broke it up into increments, and we didn't need, for this round where we're looking at $10 to $20 million. What we were doing is we were looking for an investment, and the first part of the investment, the first $3 million, we understood that was, looked more like a seed round. And the second part of it, we just didn't want that much money. So we were between a Series A and between a seed. So we decided to call it the seed round, which from my standpoint was the best thing for us to do.
So are these all debt rounds, convertible, safes, kisses, etc., or have you had an equity priced round?
We've had equity priced round.
Okay, was that the $4 million after the 3 was the $4 million price? Is that how it worked?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, great. Let's go back here and capture more of the story, because you've had a lot of success even before Findo. What was the year that you officially spun out and launched the company?
Last year.
Okay, so early 2016?
April.
Okay, April 2016. And what were you doing before that?
So what was I doing? I started the most successful accelerator in Russia, and we had done over 185 companies over a 3-year period of time.
Which accelerator was that?
GVA LaunchGurus.
GVA what?
LaunchGurus.
Gurus. And how do you say most successful in Europe? Quantify that for me. How do you measure that? Well,
so we had over 60% of our companies had raised money, which is really unheard of. One out of 10 are generally successful and have raised some money, and we counted success as being able to. They were still functioning, right? They were still in business.
Mm-hmm. What did how did you guys fund the GVA in general? Did you guys go and raise from a bunch of LPs, or was it kind of state backed, or what?
No, we had we raised some seed money.
Okay. What was the size of the fund that you were investing out of?
We raised $1 million.
Okay. So you were doing a kind of micro, $10,000, $20,000 kind of seed, almost like 500 startups model. Is that accurate?
No, we raised, so the $1 million was the investment into GVA LaunchGurus. The fund we created is a $10 million fund to do investments into the company. So there's two parts. One is we raised $1 million. The other part is we had a $10 million fund created.
Oh, got it. You raised $1 million to get the global venture alliance going at all, and then you raised a $10 million fund, which GVA was responsible for investing in seed companies.
Yeah, GVA LaunchGurus.
Got it. Okay, very, very good. Have any of those companies exited?
They haven't yet, and they haven't yet, but some of them are becoming pretty mature. So there's several of them that could happen to. But
right.
they're, we only did it. There's some of the companies are still they're growing, but they need some time.
What? Okay, so why'd you leave that to join and launch Findo or Findo?
Because from my standpoint, I was at that time I had been over in Moscow in Russia, and I had done most of my work for my career in Silicon Valley, and I decided that Silicon Valley was the best place for me. There was a lot of things happening here, and things were slowing down with the current economic situation in Russia, and so it made a whole lot of sense to have my managers over there run the company, and I decided to come over here.
And so fast forward again, specifically now to Findo, what's your team size to date?
26.
Okay, all based there in San Fran?
We have people here. We've got folks located in Russia. We've got some other folks located in other places in Eastern Europe.
And why did you choose to have folks in Eastern Europe? Was there just a leverage there in terms of kind of salaries and things, or what?
Well, the salaries are one thing, but the other thing, Nathan, there's some in terms of artificial intelligence, and my partner's got his PhD in AI. One of the things is you need to find the kind of talent. One is, where is it located? Two is, how much does it cost? And, we have within ABBYY, David has 700 engineers. So obviously he has a handle on that market. So we look for skill sets, we look for a pricing model, and we look for people to get stuff done.
Makes good sense. And then from a business perspective, how many customers are you working with up to date, January 2017?
How many customers do we have? Well,
yep.
So we just came out of beta in October timeframe. And right now, in terms of registered users, we've got over 80,000. Okay.
And how many of those are paying?
We've got, so in terms of the paying, it's a small percent, 700-800 right now.
Okay.
In that range.
That's pretty Gary, I know you're just starting, so you're cautious to share this because you might sense they feel low. But one, everyone has to start somewhere. And two, 700 out of 80,000 registered users is almost a 10% conversion rate, which is fairly high.
Well, not 10%. That's 1%.
Sorry, you said you had 7,000 registered users?
No, I said we have almost 80,000.
Oh, got it. Okay, so you've got 1%.
Yeah.
Got it. And then can I do the math?
I was going to say, wow, that's that's great, but I think the math is up.
No. I thought you said 7,000 registered. Yeah, so 1%.
It's almost 80,000.
Yep. Okay, about 80,000. And then can I do the math? Can I take 700 customers times an average ARPU of about $10 to assume you're doing somewhere around $7,000 in MRR currently?
It's something like that. Where our situation again, we just came out of beta and we're moving into as of this week. We're moving into the model. We're using a channel strategy with Findo. Uh-huh. So we're working with partners. So Foxit will be distributing as of this week in Australia. So our numbers have been low so far, but I expect those numbers to increase dramatically.
What's of the 700 customers, has anyone left you yet? What do you think gross kind of monthly customer churn will be?
It's too early to say, right? Because the situation is that once people try it, they stay.
Has anyone left you that moved to a paying account?
Yeah, of course they leave. Yeah.
So that's the question, right? So is it like 1% of the 700, 10%, 5%?
It's anywhere between, 5 and 10. But then this thing that's really interesting is that people come back, right? That's another thing. It's called, and I've never seen that phenomenon before, where actually people have left and then they decide to come back onto the service.
Well, sometimes, like Constant Contact actually saw that a lot before they just exited to EIG. And one of the things they saw is people would come to an email marketing campaign with them during Black Friday, cancel their subscription, account, then go sign up again. It was very seasonal, and it was actually very difficult for them to build a scaling kind of SaaS business because of that. Do you worry about that?
Well, look at this thing, Nathan. Look at them. So each one of us has 300,000 items in our cloud. And within the next 5 years, we each have 10,000, taking the Internet of Things, all these.
I think the average consumer will have these many things in the cloud.
Average consumer, right? I've got over 2 million, and I suspect you have probably close to the same number.
Yeah, I have a lot.
And so the situation is, and think about the pain you have. 12% of the population at one point in time takes every 24 hours. 12% of the population has a problem. It takes more than 15 minutes to find something. Why? Because you don't know the keywords and you don't know where it is. Is it in a Dropbox? Is it an email? It's hard to find. And this thing is that we do is imagine being able to search by description, but imagine able also to be able to search pictures. Imagine to be able to provide predictive insights. What that means is that so that the system knows that this person's very important to you. And so through a bot in Facebook, Telegram, Skype, Slack, it actually brings it up and says, you might want to take a look at this. Here's one. It puts a little fire alongside it that's important for you.
Yep. No, hey, Gary, it makes sense. We're running short on time here, so I'm going to just fire a few more things
Sure.
at you. Have you spent any money on paid acquisition yet? Any paid marketing?
Sure, we had. We're really winding that down. We used it to build our set.
How much did you spend to get the 80,000 registered users?
No, I don't want to give you the exact numbers on the situation, but we spent a bit to get to the
more than 500 grand or less.
Less.
Okay, less. Okay, less than 100 grand. I won't ask another. I promise.
Yeah, it's a little over $100,000, so it actually wasn't that much.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, Top Tribe, as many of you know, I sold Heyo, and everyone is always asking me what my expenses were when I was building Heyo. Well, a big expense was that I spent over $3,000 per month on financial services to keep me out of trouble in terms of taxes. My mom would always harbor me, Nathan, you gotta keep all your receipts and put them in a freaking box or something to make sure you don't get an audit or things like this. I'm like, Mom, I'm a millennial. You think I'm gonna keep all these receipts? I now use FreshBooks. I use their mobile app to take a picture of receipts, and it makes taxes a cinch. Additionally, I don't have to hire a $3,000 per month person to manage all my finances. It's like saving so much money, and my mom's happy. Additionally, I don't waste a bunch of time creating invoices. I use their templates, and I can avoid using Word templates or Excel files. I just use FreshBooks to quickly send out invoices, and it works like a charm. To get your free first month, go to nathanlatka.com/freshbooks and enter the top in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Again, go to nathanlatka.com/freshbooks and enter the top in the How Did You Hear About Us section.
Okay, good. Hey, let's wrap up here with the famous 5, Gary. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
My favorite business book is Think Rich, Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Long time ago, I read it.
Think and Grow Rich?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, is there a CEO that you are following or studying right now?
Elon Musk.
Number 3, is there a favorite online tool you have, like Acuity Scheduling, and besides your own?
Findo. I got to tell you,
besides your own, what's one that you use to run the business, to grow it, project management, anything?
So we use Intercom.
Okay.
And be able to keep statistics for our users.
Number 4, yes or no, do you get 8 hours of sleep every night?
Never.
And what's your situation? Married, single, do you have kids?
I'm married.
You are married?
Yeah.
And how many kids?
I have 2.
2 little ones, all right. And how old are you?
So I am 59.
All right, Gary, last question. Take us back 39 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
I got to tell you, I had my first startup at 21. So what I look at now, I would say, look back. I would have spent a bit more time trying to get more deeply involved with Apple, actually.
There you go. There you go. He wishes he spent more time getting involved with Apple. From Gary Fowler, moved from Russia and GVA over to start his own company with his partner called Findo. They're now at over 80,000 registered users, about 700 customers, paying on average $10 per month, doing about $7K in MRR. Gross churn somewhere around 5%, still early. They spent about $100,000 to get 80,000 registered users. Again, that's an estimate. They've got their team of 26 people between San Francisco, Russia, and other Eastern European countries. Again, helping you search all of your files, be it on your devices, on your cloud, your computer, or anywhere else. They've got $7 million to put towards that cause. Gary, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much.
If you enjoyed Gary today, go back and listen to Shashank yesterday. The CEO of TapChief has passed 75,000 minutes of experts teaching students how to all kinds of things, anything they want. Over $150,000 raised to date with their team of 10. Top Tribe, I love giving away free money. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, and I have something special for you today. How many of you have heard our super sharp guests talk about success they've had with Facebook and Google ads? Well, all of you listening right now, yes, if you're listening, you get $100 in free AdWords. Here's how you get it, okay? Again, thanks for listening. Get the free $100 from Google, right, when you sign up with my website host provider, HostGator. Go sign up now to get your free money. HostGator.com/Nathan. Again, that's HostGator.com/Nathan. Okay, Top Tribe, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And don't forget, before you listen to any other episodes, subscribe on iTunes right now for your chance to win $100 every Monday.